last night, and I'm hunting over a new location that's actually on the same soybean field from last week, but it's on the opposite side, and that's where a lot of the deer movement has been happening. When I was scouting it out last week, I actually found a scrape over here and some rubs, and there's a bunch of bedding area on the opposite side of the tree line. So I'm hoping to catch one coming through here today. It's in the 40s right now, so it's a little chilly, and it's drizzling out. It's supposed to rain all day. If we can't get on one today, then tomorrow is also supposed to be pretty cold, but it's going to be clear, so hopefully one comes by and freshens up that screen. So I tried to wait the rain out today, but it's been going on pretty heavy and steady. Just gonna head into town, grab a bite to eat, and then get a hot shower, get all cleaned up and good to go. Not sure what I'm gonna do tomorrow. The weather's supposed to be cooler and then clear, but hopefully that actually holds true, because I might have to make an adjustment if not. So barring any adjustments, I'm just going to hunt where I was just hunting this morning, over that soybean field, and hope they hit one of those scrapes. It's going to be in the low 40s, so it'll be pretty good. So yeah, I actually had a friend from high school hit me up and ask if I wanted to hunt a lease that he just got for West Virginia. He had a couple buddies that were supposed to go, but they didn't have vacation time anymore to go. And thankfully for me, that situation was just solved. So yeah, he asked if I wanted to go. He said it's 100-some acres, and said he has at least from November 5th to the 11th. I just told him that I would let him know that I really want to hunt Kentucky. That's like my bucket list right now. It's one of the best buck states you can hunt, so I want to make it down there and give it my all in that state. So hopefully I get one here soon, so I have multiple weeks in Kentucky and can actually get one there as well and go off to West Virginia. That'd be the most ideal scenario, and it's pretty awesome of him to even ask me to go. I asked if he wanted anything. He said no, it's on me pretty much. So yeah, it's a little bit of a treat because it's private and hopefully not too haunted, so that could be a pretty good spot, and just bounce around and we'll see what happens. It's almost 9 o'clock, so it's getting a little warm out right now, and I haven't really seen anything yet, so I'm on a little bit of a streak right now where I'm not getting any kind of action. I'm not sure what's going on. I thought it was going to be easy to get back here today, but it took me a little longer because of all the rain. It actually made this soybean field into a bit of a swamp. So I didn't really want to, make too much noise coming back here. It took me about 40 minutes to walk 300 yards. I didn't want to slosh water around or crack any sticks. Yeah, I thought I was perfectly fine as far as sound, and I didn't get in here too early, so it should be alright. But not sure what's going on, where the deer at right now. I'm gonna zoom in here real quick. Might not be able to really tell, but there's a bear actually out in this field. It's a pretty good sized bear too. Archery bear season just ended yesterday. That was a really cool experience. That's actually the first black bear that I've ever seen while I was out hunting. Apparently, they're pretty prevalent over here. A lot of the locals keep telling me they're all over the whitetail yet. And that was a pretty good size one. Bear season just closed yesterday for archery anyway, so definitely not a cub. It's a pretty cool experience to see something like that in the woods. I was kind of hoping he would have kept coming this way, but he dipped out in that creek up there and started heading into the woods. So we'll see if I see him again or any other kind of action today. But that's pretty awesome. I'll take that. It's about 10:30 right now and the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Probably going to use that to my advantage though. And get down from the stand and scout out a little bit since it'll provide some sound cover for me. I want to check out the center of this woods. There's actually a field in it. And all the deer sign around here, it's like smaller rubs. I had that scrape of money over right now, but I only saw some does and a smaller buck last week, so I'm going to press in there and see if I can find some better deer sign for a mature buck. Hopefully get some action tonight on one. The weather's perfect for it right now. Just not seeing anything. So I just got back to the truck real quick and gonna grab a bite to eat before I head back out. I have a bunch of cold food that I grabbed in at the grocery store. That way I can stay out in the woods as much as possible and maximize my time out here. But I just realized that I forgot some utensils before I came back. So I'm gonna have to dig around the truck and see if I can find something to make do. That's not a knife. This is a knife. A bunch of does just came out in a soybean field. There's 4 of them right now, about 100 yards away from me. So it's about 10 o'clock right now, and I'm gonna get down from the stand, actually go grab some food, and then spend a few hours scouting out. I actually saw 4 deer this morning, but I wasn't able to film them because they were pretty far. They were about 250, 300 yards out, and one of them was actually a buck. He just happened to be a smaller one though, so he might have been 10 inches wide. I couldn't count points. Not something I really want to shoot, but at this point, the season only lasts another 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna be in Kentucky, so I really want to shoot a buck, so it might come down to shooting whatever's legal, to be honest. Hopefully not, but yeah, I'm gonna get less picky as the days go on. So this is one of the scrapes I'm hunting over right now. You can see it a little bit maybe, that there's a set of small tracks in it. And must have just happened yesterday because I hunted this ever since the rain and haven't seen anything hit it or any kind of sign where something did hit it. So something was definitely here yesterday when I went home. This soybean field is tucked away a good 300 yards away from the road. They cut the corn that used to be in front of it over the weekend, and there's gonna be another soybean field on this side. So I think these might be really good hot spots. It's kind of hidden from everything else. Looking for some deer sign, but I found one little rub so far. I just found this scrape on the tree line in between both soybean fields. Looks like it was hit pretty recently too. Just found this other scrape about 20 yards from the other one. I think I might be on some pretty good buck sign to hunt tonight. So I'm not sure if I want to continue scouting out or not. I was just debating how I'm going to hunt this, if I'm going to hunt over those scrapes or not. There's no trees to hang up on. So my game plan is, if I would hunt over one of them, I'm going to nestle in behind all these higher weeds right here and just ground hunt and hope I can catch them coming out along this tree line. This is the soybean field that's tucked back in a little further. Goes back 350 yards. The weird thing is though, I'm not seeing much deer sign on this side. Hardly any tracks, none that are fresh. No scrapes or rubs. So I'm not sure where I want to sit now. So I ended up setting up on the furthest soybean field that's towards the center of the property. Right along this edge, there's about 10 scrapes that were all fresh and a bunch of buck rubs. So I know they're using this more frequently and gonna see if I can get on a buck tonight. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a tree to sit in. They all had too many branches sticking out and I couldn't have any shooting lanes with them. So just gonna sit on the ground right now. And as you can see, the mosquitoes are still pretty bad. So I just cleared out a spot for me real quick so I don't make any noise. And have very little cover in front of me. But to my right and to my left, I have plenty of cover. So I should be able to catch them if they're in the soybean field before they would ever catch me. And then hopefully get a shot on one. So I'm set up on that ground location, the same spot that was from yesterday, and my game plan was trying to catch that buck coming back to his night bed, and it was playing out perfectly. I actually saw him come out about 7 o'clock, so right at sunrise, and he might have been roughly 80 yards away. I reached for my bow, and when I picked up my binoculars again, he started walking away. So I'm not sure exactly why he decided to not keep coming this direction. He didn't blow or anything, so he didn't catch my scent. I don't know if he saw a little bit of movement and just deterred him or what, but waiting to see if he comes back through. There's a whole bunch of scrapes, so maybe he's just taking a long way right now. high weeds. She was really on edge. She stayed here for like a good 5 minutes and just kept pacing around. And when I first saw her, I didn't think I wanted to shoot her because I want to wait for a buck and I want to have me shooting a doe ruin a sit where I would have gotten a buck. But the way she was, I was like, she'll end up busting me later this season, and I could really eat some steaks and jerky right now, so I'm gonna take her out. And when I felt like I could grab my bow, I could reach for it and start to get set up, but then she was just out of my shooting lane by the time I could get a shot. But I realized that this setup's a lot harder to shoot out of than I originally thought. I thought I'd see them way before they ever saw me. Now, like the buck this morning, I saw him, but I'm not sure if he caught movement or what, because I wasn't on him on the binoculars the whole time, and I did reach for my bow, but he didn't blow and he wasn't running away, he just walked away. But his doe I saw, she was right in front of me about 25 yards before I saw her. When she picked up her head out of the soybeans, so she wasn't as easy to pick out. And what I'm thinking now is that I'm gonna find a spot that runs parallel to where the buck's coming in and out of and trying to set up over there on the ground. I think that'll help me as far as getting a little bit closer and out of his direct line of sight. So I think that'll be the next sit that I do, but it's supposed to get warmer here these next couple days and some rain, so this will probably be my last sit for a little bit. And then next Sunday we're supposed to get a cold front, so starting next week I'll be back at it again and hopefully connect on one. So after this morning's sit, I've been moving around for the past maybe hour, trying to find another spot to sit. The thing is, I don't really like to sit on the ground too much. I do if I have some kind of height advantage. That tends to work pretty well. But on flat ground, yeah, it's a little difficult. So I looked around this whole tree line. I know yesterday I couldn't find anything to set up on, but this one tree, I figured if I clear some branches out, it might actually work. And it took a little while to get everything set up because I had to move a lot of these little saplings out of the way just to crawl up it. But I think it'll actually give me a really good opportunity over this field. I'm right over top of all the scrapes still too, and actually a little closer to that buck's trail, so this should work pretty well. So I just got everything all set up and all the shooting areas are cleared out. My only concern though is this right here, this branch. I tried pulling my bow back a couple times just to see how all these lanes are gonna feel, and it's a real pain with this in my way. The problem is this is the only spot on the tree to really put the stand. If I drop it down another 12 inches, it won't be in my way, but I won't be able to shoot directly below me, and that's the trail they run on for all these scrapes, so I really want to be able to have that opportunity if they decide to run that. So I'm not really sure what to do. I could mess around with it a little bit, but it's 4 o'clock right now, and I don't want to disturb the area anymore with noise, just in case something starts to walk out. So I'm gonna let it go for now, and then maybe next sit I'll mess around with it a little bit, but hopefully get a shot on one and it's not too much of a trouble to pull back.